Okay, this is the light body reading for the week ahead. So this is a collective of people, and I can see the theme here. So this is going to require, people, if this resonates with you, for you to be really very honest with yourself and where you're out at and your own evolution. I see pretty much everything. I see people that feel like they're not very evolved, that are really evolved, and I see people that think they're really evolved, but their energy is pretty distorted. That could be what I'm seeing here today, okay? So because this is a collective and we are literally seeing huge collectives of people move into the 5D. But what I'm seeing, if they're not doing the grounding work and the activations and the stabilization or the work on the body, is they're moving in the 5D, but they're existing up here. I've gone over this a million times, okay? We're not seeing that here. What we're seeing is someone in the 3D, 4D system just breaking into the 4D. So this could be beings that are just awakening, or because we have some very confusing energy here. So I'm going to go into it, but what we're seeing here is that higher gateways are open and they kind of come funnel down. Crown, third eye are pretty closed, and then it starts opening again at the throat. The heart's pretty open. The most powerful chakra here is the solar plexus, which is willpower. And then sacral starts shutting down, root starts shutting down. They're not grounding into the earth star or the earth core. What we're seeing around the cosmic heart is the cosmic heart is slightly open. So there is a connection to source. We're seeing that actually here as well, but it's not very strong. Masculine energies are really strong, which would relate to the solar plexus being very open and active. And the feminine energies are very shut down. So this is divine feminine receptivity. Okay, this collective of people are distorted, but towards true source. So they're not moving towards the inversion. There's some misconceptions and ideas about true light and where they're moving and what they're doing. But overall, they are moving in the right direction, okay? Frequencies at 50,000 kilohertz. Okay, so what we're seeing here is really interesting because we have this really high frequency around higher dimensional mystical beings, higher dimensional gifts, okay, the Jedi gifts, and really, really strong polarity. And the reason why I say really, really strong polarity is because of their frequency and their energy field. I didn't even get into blocks here, okay? So what I feel is going on here is there's people that are working to begin activating these advanced gifts, working with the higher realms, and could be channeling messages, those types of things. But their energy field is really distorted. It's not very pure and it's not very harmonized, okay? So just because somebody says they have access, or just because their third eye is open, and they do have access to the astral realm, that's where people will move if they don't have the higher gateways open, they're not well grounded, and they haven't done the healing work on their body, hearts, mind, soul, to actually harmonize with truth. They're going to be working with sometimes really high-based reality structures, beings, and messages, and other times really distorted ones, okay? It's going to be a free-for-all because they haven't harmonized their body. Your harmonic comes through your energy field, what you channel, what you bring in, and your path in life, okay? So they could be channelers, they could be working with remote viewing or any sort of things, advanced healing, quantum healing, Reiki healing. But if their field is looking like this, then we don't know what we're going to get, okay? If this resonates with you and you feel like your energy is, you're accessing all this stuff, but you feel congested, it's a quick fix, okay? What I would recommend for someone in this situation that's like, I'm getting all of this psychic information, but it's confusing, it's hard to pin down, to decide, you know, what's light, what's dark, or you're getting it all in. all at the same time, is what you need to do is go in, do that Metatron's cube activation, open up all of these, reground, start the healing process of clearing blocks and distortions, open up the cosmic heart. That would be the first thing. Okay, so Metatron's cube activation, flower of life session. Okay, I'm going to go into something that you guys can do that's actually a lower price point for you here in a second. I feel like this group of people could be 3D moving into 4D. So you could just be waking up to the corruption in the world, and all of a sudden there's this heart expansion, because that is the gateway between 3D and 4D, is when the heart opens. Okay, so this is low 4D here. So like I said, there's a lot of things that could be going on here, but there is a shift into the angelic human. So you guys are at a transition between 3D to 4D. It's a bridge, okay? And moving into that space. And I do feel like there's a lot of really fast movement, fast shifting, a lot of awakenings. It could be psychic. It could be just, you know, the reality of life that we live in right now. And yeah, it feels like a lot of information. We're getting sound here. So a lot of information, and a lot of information around subhuman energies and entities and universal and galactic angels. Okay, these are not the same thing. Subhuman entities and energies exist below the heart space. They haven't accessed relational love or divine love. Divine love happens around the third eye, okay, and the sixth level of the field, and the heart and the heart field. So subhuman entities will be working from self-love purely. And it's not even love. It's just narcissism, I guess, self-feeding, self-fulfillment, pleasure. It's the lower three chakras. And because we saw the solar plexus so activated, that is my guess, that there is a lot of these entities coming in, kind of working energies through the individual, okay? Universal and galactic angels are also here because there is also high frequency energies, entities, and beings coming in to work with you, okay? And that's why we're getting this really kind of convoluted energy. And that's what happens when you open up into the 4D, is you step into the astral plane. And the astral plane is everything. It's the good stuff, it's the bad stuff, it's really nasty realms, and you can experience positive realms. But the only way to really and truly access the celestial, heavenly, and cosmic realms of true divine love, divine light, source, and God, is to expand from the astral, which would be around here, expand into the cosmic, which would be source, okay? Source energy. And once your energy expands there, then you can actually travel the multi-dimensional fields in the higher planes that aren't just sub-dimensions of the astral, okay? Does that make sense? So a lot of you guys that are just now awakening, it's not too late for you to actually begin to shift into the 5D. I said this in another video. I actually don't know if I'm going to post that video, so I will go into it here. But I am helping people move from 3D, 4D into 5D in about 3 sessions. So if you're in the academy, we can get you moved over pretty quickly. It depends on how much work you've done, how attuned you are, how harmonic you are, how old your soul is, etc. There's a lot of things that contribute to that. It's not all me doing the work for you. It's how much time and energy you put into it, etc. But I'm seeing the shift happen a lot more. And it's coming through that you guys have the potential to move into the 8D rainbow body and to activate that in this life. Just because you're awakening now doesn't mean you don't have that potential, okay? So for this group, there is some of you guys that have that potential to move into 5D, 6D, 7D, and then 8D and fully activate the rainbow body, okay? But there is, after this initial shift, they are recommending, once you really open up the higher gateways and anchor into the 4D system strong, which you could do in a session or two, or just through your own meditations. If you have your own process, that's fine as well. To wait until about March to continue the process. So start with this foundational or fundamental shift of opening up the higher gateways, the chakras, and grounding, and then wait until around March. Give your system some time to rest, and then you'll be ready to elevate more, continue the healing process, okay? Really basic stuff you could work on. My book, Star Crafting, this is a great place to start. Okay, sorry. For people in this space, if you're just kind of awakening, I would do Spiritual Alchemy. And obviously you don't have to read any of these, but these are good places to start. I wrote this 2013. This is probably where you're at. Star Crafting, this will give you good practices, writing, painting, drawing, dancing, to help get the energy moving and get into a different state of mind where you can begin to transmute and process and clear. And then, of course, I recommend the Aura of God. This might be a little beyond some of you guys that are resonating with this message, but it's a really good book to have in your collection regardless, okay? So that's where I would start with you guys, is just really beginning to awaken the higher gateways, slow and steady evolution. Try not to go into the astral. You don't want to rush this process. It creates a lot of instability in the energy and the field. If you're having experiences, higher dimensional experiences, etc., I can teach you how to move into that in a more controlled environment, so you're not having negative experiences there. And the other thing with the Jedi and the higher realms, you really want to make sure your energy is stable, strong, your emotions have been healed, your mind is coherent and harmonic, you're connected to true source, soul embodied at the minimum, which is 5D, before you start working with these, because what you'll do is end up creating karma for yourself. So you want to make sure that you are creating positive experiences for yourself and your future, and not building up negative karma by forcing these types of things, okay? That comes in after the healing process. So I actually don't have any of these with me, but I started a clothing line called Stargate Apparel. And the first design, I'm going to do a new design once a month. And the first design, if you're not interested in the quantum healing and you just want something to kind of help balance the energies right now, or you're not able to do this, this is a smaller price point if you're not able to do the session work or the academy, etc. They're just attunements that you wear. And I have measured and studied the effect on the field, and they're beneficial. They're not as powerful as a session or Enzo Academy, but they do help stabilize. They'll help you to stabilize the shift as well as stay aligned with true source. I may add some stuff in there. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I may add some prints that you can just hang on your wall. Otherwise, the t-shirts, there's dresses, hoodies, etc. And those are just a fun way to kind of help you align. So I will actually link that down there in the bottom. And I think that's it. The last thing we had, a little information about God consciousness and star lineage. And what I'm really getting from these is those beings that are just having this awakening. You are innately very spiritually advanced. There's just some refinement needed. There's some healing, some clearing, and some realignment to get you back into that harmonic. And like I said, this is happening faster and faster. Every day, every week. So just starting the process, and it will move smoothly. Don't try to force the gifts, the abilities, or multidimensional travel until you have really anchored into that true harmonic, and you can safely move through the multidimensional landscape, okay? Hope that was helpful. We'll see you next time.